Tuesday Newsday.
We're your hosts, Mary and Mary.
And today, we'll be updating you on all of the current events happening right now in this glorious continent known as Europe.
In Florence, Italy, an exciting wave of artistic fervor is sweeping through the country.
Mary, please. We communicate with the vernacular now. We're all about the common folk understanding what we're saying, so dumb it down a little.
One of the new ideas of the Renaissance.
An artistic movement, which the Italian locals call a rebirth, has spread all over Italy.
Beautiful artwork commissioned by our Pope, Julius II, decorating churches and cathedrals.
I wish I could see it.
Me too. Too bad only the upper classes can see it or profit from it. Popes.
Yeah, I hope people don't get too upset about this controversy.
Today I'm here with a very special guest, Nicholas Copernicus. I've heard rumor of some revolutionary ideas, Nicholas. Want to tell us about that?
No, I do not.
Want to elaborate?
No.
Are you saying these ideas floating around of a heliocentric universe are nothing more than a bit of gossip?
Well, Yes. Nothing more than rumors.
Is there a chance any of these scandalous papers could be published?
Maybe over my dead body, but not anytime soon. I don't know why I agreed to this.
Well, I'll guess we'll see in a few decades. Back to the studio, Mary.
Hello, and welcome back to Tuesday Newsday.
We're your hosts, Mary and Mary.
And now we'll be reporting on the most pressing news of the century.
This just in. Something has happened in Germany. Our reporter Marie is there at the scene. Marie?
Thank you, Mary. As you can see, Martin Luther, a local monk, has posted a big old piece of paper on the church doors.
Really? Well, what does it say?
It's a little hard to make out from here, but I believe he's saying that the Catholic Church is, and I quote, stupid.
Whoa, this is new. Crazy ideas by Martin Luther.
The church being stupid? Why, I never.
Hello, I'm Maria, and with me today is the royal family of England. Boy, this is a treat.
It is so lovely to make your acquaintance.
How dare you speak to me, wench?
Well, I have many questions for you all. Let's start with you, Your Majesty, King Henry VIII.
Yes, peasant.
Well, I've wanted to ask you about the new branch of Protestantism you created. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Well, I was sick and tired of taking orders from the Pope, and I wanted to make sure that I had an heir to the throne. A male heir, obviously. And my wife, Catherine, couldn't give me a son. So when the Pope said I couldn't divorce her, I was like, no. So I just broke with the church, just like that.
Just like that?
Just like that. Now we have the superior religion known as Anglicanism, so I can basically just divorce whoever I want, whenever I want, and also marry whoever I want, whenever I want. Speaking of which, are you busy after this?
Father, let's just let the lovely lady finish the interview, shall we?
Yeah, shut up, Dad.
Mary, Henry's first daughter, I hear that you have some ambitions about taking over as queen.
Yes, I do.
Could you tell me a bit about that?
Well, first of all, I'm going to get rid of my father's dirty, pathetic ways, and I'm going to ban all the No, not ban. I'm going to burn all the Protestants.
Okay, let's...
They deserve death.
Oh, darling, please.
Elizabeth, I have a question.
I'd be happy to answer it. And I'm sorry about my sister. Just excuse her. She gets cranky when she hasn't had her 11 o'clock tea.
Well, if you could be queen, which doesn't seem like it'll happen because Mary seems like she'll be reigning for a long time, but if you could, what would you do?
Well, first of all, I'd be much more open to religious toleration because I can see that it causes a lot of problems persecuting a group of people. As a successful leader, I'd want my people to live in peace and try not to kill and outcast each other. It would stop rebellions as well. And I'd also never marry because I simply do not have time for dumb boys. Pardon my language, but it's true. I'd be too busy trying to keep good relationships and possible allies with every country in Europe so that England always had a possible friend in case we got in a tussle with a certain country. And even if we were to get attacked, we'd be ready because I'd make sure that England had the best military and defense in all of Europe. That's a warning to you, Philip. Stop asking me out.
Wow, you certainly have figured it all out. Too bad you won't be queen.
Well, we'll see about that, dear.
Are you threatening me, Elizabeth?
See, women are just too crazy to rule. You should leave it to the men.
I hate my family.
Back to you, Mary and Mary.
Hey, Mary, I have a joke for you.
Let's hear it, Mary.
What do you call a group of idiots who think that they're smarter than the holy words of God?
What, Mary?
A scientific revolution! And now, for an update of the hottest new fashion trends of today with Marie. Marie?
Thank you, Mary. You know what's in right now? Calves. Put on those tights and show off those legs, fellas. And women, take notes. Today's hottest trends is all in the hairline. Look at our beautiful queen, Elizabeth I. Would you get a good look at that forehead? Magnificent.
Wow, what I would give for skin that pale.
You're already on your way there, Mary. You look like a ghost.
Thank you. Well, now we have time for a special guest. One of many successful new artists, sculptors, and authors of this glorious rebirth, William Shakespeare of England.
Let's go to Maria in England, who is interviewing this poetic genius.
Thanks, Mary. I'm here with the mind of the century.
I am the most wondrous William Shakespeare.
Well, thank you for being here, Mr. Shakespeare.
I grant you mercy for having me.
I've heard that you just published some new material. Maybe something Scottish?
I telleth thee thy name, but it does giveth misfortune to actors.
Okay, then. Well, tell me about some new shows coming up. Anything special that you're working on?
I doth not telleth anyone about mine worketh in progress. It's got to beest a hoy-day. No spoilers, but I will sayeth the lest I working on the idea of having a shrew as a main character.
Okay, well, now for the fans. Can I ask you some personal questions?
I guess, if it be true thee wanteth to.
What do you find yourself doing in the evenings when you're not working?
I sitteth and bethink mine life choices, questioning if it be true I shouldn't hast abandon mine wife and children for mine worketh. What hath my life cometh to? Am I very much joyous doing this? Could I be doing something more? What is the meaning of mine life? And sometimes I go clubbing with mine bros.
Writers, am I right? One more question, just for funsies. What do you think, or who do you think is the hottest painter of the Renaissance?
Da Vinci, hands down.
Well, that sums up our interview. Back to you, Mary and Mary.
Europe sure does have a lot of interesting people with amazing talents. I really want to see one of Shakespeare's new shows.
Me too.
Breaking news. Ferdinand II has been thrown out a window and into a pile of horse.
Oh my god!
It seems that with that whole Protestant Reformation business, the Protestants think they can do whatever they want now.
Yeah, including defying their Holy Roman Emperor's choice to place a Catholic ruler over Protestant Bohemia.
Is it a bad move on Emperor Matthias' part, or a bad move on the part of the Protestants for defying him?
Well, I guess we'll find out soon. Because this religious skirmish couldn't possibly last for very long, considering it's one tiny province of the Holy Roman Empire against a bunch of Catholics and their emperor.
True. What could go wrong?
Well, that escalated for a long time.
Yeah. I had no idea Sweden would get so upset over a tiny portion of repressed Protestants.
Gustavus Adolphus was such a mighty king and soldier.
It's truly a shame he died drowning in a puddle.
How very noble. The hottest new trends among European elites, the Enlightenment.
And this time around, it seems they're looking for equality? Could that be right, Mary?
It is indeed. In fact, these new hip philosophers are advocating equality, liberation, and toleration. Oh, the list goes on.
And now we don't necessarily have to listen to everything the church tells us. Because they were wrong about the state of the universe.
Yes, there are so many new things that they're talking about.
Could this mean that women might get some equality soon?
No.
Of course, it appears they've just used scientific findings to further insinuate that women are weaker than men.
Yes, because the purpose of women is just to have children and nothing else.
Wait, it appears that some women have begun hosting salons and sponsoring some of these philosophes.
Does this mean that they'll be able to be recognized for their work and possibly become educated?
Huh. No. Not yet. Hello and welcome back to Tridy Newsday.
We're your hosts, Mary and Mary.
And now we'll be reporting on the most pressing news of the century. Now, Mary, I know this is a European update channel, but today let's talk about America.
Yes, those rascally Americans have gotten their freedom and written their Bill of Rights influenced by our pal Montesquieu.
Haha, that won't last.
And it looks like the French want to have some fun with the Enlightenment ideas too.
And cut some heads off. Our correspondent Marie is out in the field there.
How's it going in France, Marie?
Thank you, Mary. As you can see, locals are furious about their lack of bread and have turned to violence and death for some reason. Just today, 40 people were beheaded for being shady and suspicious. The Committee of Public Safety sure is a radical bunch.
Give me bread! Well, that seems fun.
Yeah, the Committee of Public Safety definitely has their priorities in order.
Keeping the public safe.
Indeed.
Oh, their leader Robespierre is also having a good time. What's that? Oh, nope, he's also been beheaded.
What a terrible shame.
Looks like he got a taste of his own behead-ison.
Quite.
Here with us today is a man who has been scoping out all of Europe, Napoleon Bonaparte. To you, Maria?
Thank you, Mary. Now, Mr. Bonaparte, is it true that you've just conquered Spain?
Oh, just you wait. Soon I will rule the world.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Just I'm working on reforms for the French Empire and spreading these Enlightenment ideals that everyone seems to love.
Interesting. Sounds very modern.
Yes, they love me.
Well, we're all very excited to see what you will do in the future. It already seems like your new reforms are making the playing ground fair. I hear you're only employing generals based on their merit and not wealth.
Yes, those scummy nobles who are so entitled and full of themselves are actually worthless. They didn't have to work their way to the top like I did. Follow your dreams, kids. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
Not even Russia in the winter?
Not even Russia in the winter.
Alrighty then. Thanks for your time, Mr. Bonaparte. We hope to see you continue being successful in the future.
Oh, you will. Hello, and welcome back to Tuesday Newsday.
We're your hosts, Mary and Mary.
What is it that you got there, Mary?
Why, it's a telephone!
A tele-who?
A telephone! Just one of the many new inventions appearing in this industrial revolution.
An industrial who?
An industrial revolution!
Wow. All of our European countries have gotten so rich and successful that they've decided to take it upon themselves to visit some of the less fortunate countries like Africa and Asia and try to help them out.
After all, if the Europeans were given all of these privileges, then it is their rightful duty to help out these uncivilized barbarians.
As Darwin clearly said and meant, the survival of the fittest means that the Europeans are the fittest, and that means they gotta go educate and change the way these people live. You know, for the best.
It's the right thing to do.
These lesser countries must be so incredibly grateful.
Indeed they are. Our good friend Marie is actually in Africa right now with one of the lucky locals. To you, Marie?
Thank you, Mary. I'm here with...
Get out. Well, they seem chipper.
Keep up the great work, Europe.
Breaking news. The Archduke of Austria, Franz Ferdinand, has been assassinated. Our reporter Marie is there at the scene. Marie?
Thank you, Mary. I have just witnessed a moment that might change the course of history. Methinks there's a war afoot.
How exciting. Serbia really did it this time.
They really did.
Oh boy, all this talk of war is getting me riled up.
I'm getting really excited.
They say if a war's afoot, the soldiers will be able to return by Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see how this all turns out.
It will indeed. We'll see you next week for another episode of the European...